Hello, my name is Mike Johnson. I'm taking you on an inside and outside video tour of this 2018 Thor ACE 30.2 bunk bed motorhome. Before we get too in depth, I'm going to come over to this angle and I'm going to show you the floor plan and specifications. So looking in from this angle, you see the floor plan, layout, and specifications. So as we show you the motorhome, I'm going to open. It has a full power awning. This is a very almost brand new unit, which makes it pretty rare. A lot of the other Thor ACE 30.2 you might see available for sale could have been prior rental units or at least driven around quite a bit. This one, based on my math, the original owner only drove this 660 miles. The rest of the miles on this are delivery from the factory to the dealership that originally sold it, and from the secondary dealership that was traded into to my dealership. I am a dealer. I'm a small RV dealer, so I do specialty units. The thing that sets us apart is this one is ready to go. It's in mint condition. You can get in it and camp in it tonight. In fact, if you look at my pictures, I bought this in Idaho and it only had 8 hours on the generator. It only had 2,000 miles on the RV approximately. I have pictures of the odometer reading in the listing that it had. And then I drove it down here to Southern California. So now it's got about 3,000 miles on it. But we came the long way. So we came by Crater Lake, Lassen Volcanic National Park, Yosemite, Lake Tahoe. We came straight away the long way, the scenic way. So right now I have the slide closed. This has a full wall slide, which gives you more slide out than many RVs with 2 or even 3 slide outs. And this is a short floor plan. This is a 30-foot floor plan with bunkhouse. Mirror finish exterior. The original owner kept this RV covered. The RV cover is included. It's right here. So they kept this out of the sun, keeping it looking like brand new. As we show you the video, we go down the side, you can see reflections of vehicles and building reflected in the side because it's in really nice, excellent condition. So as we're looking around, before we go inside this RV, I'm going to point out a few important things to set this RV apart. What you need to know, this is a smaller, lighter weight motorhome with the same engine that they put in the bigger, heavier motorhomes. So it's not as big and heavy, but it has the big engine, the 6.8 liter V10 with 30 valves. So it has a lot of power, but because it's lighter weight, it'll get a little bit better fuel economy than the big heavy ones. So if you drive fast, then fuel economy may have a lot to do with the frontal area of the motorhome, which this one is a slightly smaller, but it's still not that smaller on the frontal aerodynamic area. But as far as the overall weight, this is in the 18,000 pound class of motorhome compared with 24,000 pound, because you're carrying like 4,000 or 6,000 pounds less motorhome around with you. That saves you a lot of gas, make it a little bit more affordable to own. Now you've got the bunk beds distinctly identified by those 2 windows, so your little kids have dedicated sleeping areas. And these are the frameless windows, so these are flush mounted to the side of the RV, frameless window design. Full wall slide out with slide top awning. So I'm going to go up and show you the top. This also has a 350 watt solar power generator on it, and this one has the big 5500 watt generator as well. So let's not get confused here. Let's explain what the heck are we talking about. So when you go to camp, You got to drive there, right? So this has 2 air conditionings on the roof. That's really rare on the ACE floor plan. Most of the ACE only have 1 AC on the roof and a small, very noisy 4,000 watt generator. That's not what this is. This one is rare. Even on the bunkhouse floor plan, this is very rare. It has the bigger generator option with a 5,500 watt generator, 2 roof air conditioners, and a 50 amp electrical system. That's all factory. But in addition to that, up on the roof are these solar power plants producing 350 watts of electricity just by parking it in the sun. So if you're out dry camping in the middle of nowhere, so as this photo suggests for this other RV, and you're still producing electricity from the sun, this one has a quick cooling residential refrigerator, which is also rare. We'll show you that inside in a minute. Let's go ahead and go inside, then we'll look, come back outside, we'll look underneath, we'll show you the cargo compartments and all that. So let's go inside the ACE 30.2 30-footer bunk bed motorhome. Now right now I have the slide closed, so we're gonna, everybody always says how much room with the slides closed, so let's start there. Right up front we have room to go to the front. We also have the curtains closed. These seats swivel around. There's a table that fits in between, so you have table space in the front even if the slide's closed. You have your sofa, your dream dinette, and your kitchen has full access. And your bunks, you can even access the bunks. You can also access the restroom, full access to the restroom. And the bedroom, full access to the bedroom with the slide closed. Now I haven't opened the slide yet. We have our queen bed in the bedroom, and it doesn't fit underneath the counter, the cabinets or anything like that, so you could sleep or use this as a guest house if it's parked in your side yard of your home and you don't have room to open the slide. Still okay, people could still stay here. The front electric drop down bunk can come down, so even if you were parked at your house in your side yard and you were using this for guests to come over for Christmas or Thanksgiving, you can still sleep 2, 4, 5, 6 people in here with the slide closed. So we're gonna go ahead and peek outside, make sure we have room to open, and we're gonna open the slide. People like to see the slides extend, so let's do that. So at the press of a button, we're extending out the slide. You want to make sure when you run the slides, it's not going to hit the driver's seat, opening or closing, and nothing is wedged behind the seat that's going to pinch it. You just hold it down and this full wall slide extends out. See that? Look, the space is increasing by the second. The opposite of Star Wars in the trash compactor, the walls are opening. There we go. Open it all the way up. And now we have room to walk up and down the length of the motorhome from the back wall to the front, because this is a full wall slide, which means this whole driver's side wall opens. It really opens up the motorhome. With a single slide, you have more room inside created than if you had 3 slides of some other simpler motorhome. So it really opens it up. And then you have your bunk bed, you have your ladders to get to the front bunk, and this bunk right here. This cushion here is used to turn your dinette into a bed if you drop the table down. And you have privacy curtains over the bunk beds. Everybody obsesses over kitchens and bathrooms. Let's start with the kitchen. At the refrigerator, this RV was built with the fast cooling electric 110 volt refrigerator. Just like something you would put in your house, it runs on 110 volt power. It's like brand new. It's still got the blue tape holding the drawers in from the factory. Like it's almost, you could consider it unused. These people bought it and they barely used it, maybe because of COVID, whatever the reason. So this button here, you turn this on, this turns on the DC to AC inverter. That enables the refrigerator to come on. See, it's turning on right now. Now your refrigerator's on. We turn it on with this switch. As long as that's on, the refrigerator will run whether the RV is driving, camping, parked, or whatever, as long as you have voltage in the battery. Now to help make sure that you always have voltage in the battery, you have a 350 watt solar panel on top, which is more than enough to maintain power for the charging of the batteries to maintain the refrigerator operation. So that's installed on this coach. A lot of them don't have any of these features. A lot of them just have the absorption refrigerator. So talking about kitchens, this is the difference. This one, if you turn it on and throw it full of warm drinks, it's going to be cold in about 2, 3, 4 hours. It'll get cold fast. On the older style refrigerators, the absorption that ran on propane, if you put warm drinks in there, it'll take 24 hours to cool down, because this is a high BTU transfer rate of energy. Also, this is sealed. The outside of the RV is sealed. There's no way wasps or spiders or anything are going to get in behind the refrigerator. So the roof is sealed over the refrigerator, and the side wall, there's no venting to the outside. This is an internally venting refrigerator. So it's a little bit different. And this was done from the factory, so they never cut holes in the RV to install the absorption refrigerator. Also, this saves you the cost of propane. There's no propane needed to run the refrigerator. It's all solar powered. If you're plugged in at the campground or running the generator, it will also run the refrigerator. On your main control panel, you have your black tank heater, gray tank heater. That's for cold weather. This one does have cold weather heating on the tanks. Not all of them do. Some of them, these switches are blank. So you've got the tank heaters, you've got the water pump is on, gas water heater, 110 volt water heater. So the water heater is a quick recovery water heater. Your water tank levels, battery level, fresh water, black and gray are empty. So generator hours. Now when I bought this motorhome, there's only 2,000 miles on the RV and only 8 hours on the generator. So the generator is almost unused. Now I did use it. It had 8 when I bought it, and now it has 27.4 hours of use on the generator. Now let's talk about the generator. This one is unique for an ACE because it has a 50 amp electrical system. Most of these ACEs are only 30 amp, but this one has a 50 amp power cord, 50 amp breaker panel, and transfer switch. So you have 2 air conditioners. You have a front air conditioner and a rear air conditioner, and these are the quiet Coleman Mach air conditioners. So we can run both ACs. I'm going to turn the generator off because we're on plugged in power. We don't need the generator. So you can run both air conditioners and cool the RV off really fast. You most of the time will only need one, but if you camp in the desert where it gets really hot, you may need to use both air conditioners. Either way, with 2, neither of the 2 air conditioners will have to work as hard. These are the same air conditioners they put on the giant 38 footers, and this is only a 30 footer, so you have 8 additional feet that you're not trying to cool. So it has overbuilt on the air conditioning for the size of the motorhome. We're trying to focus on kitchen and bath, but air conditioning is important. In the kitchen, you have a single mega sink in here, and this one is upgraded with stainless steel. If you look at enough of these ACEs, some of them only have plastic sinks, but this is a finely finished stainless steel sink. It has the microwave right here. It looks like brand new. Cooktop with a light and a vent to the outside. This looks like brand new. It's still got the original labeling on it. Looks like it's never been used before. There's no spills on it. Remember, this isn't from auction. This is from another dealer. We bought this. It's almost completely unused. Probably was used, but not very much. Nice large kitchen counter space. If you need additional counter space, you can bring a folding table and you can set up a second kitchen outside. You have this table here as well, and remember, a table goes right here in the center. So that's your front table. It stows away in the bedroom cabinet. Look how nice. They put little straps here from the factory and little clips to hold it so it doesn't rattle or roll around. A lot of RVs I have, these poles are rattling around, rolling around. This is put away, out of sight, out of mind, unless you need it. So your lighted cabinets, they're very thoughtful when they built this motorhome. The fit and finish quality is a lot better on this one than on earlier years. It's really nicely done, and of course this one is almost like brand new, 2,000 miles. This owner only used it for about 600 miles of personal use based on our mathematical calculation of the odometer reading. It's really clean in here. This is all the original upholstery. There's nothing wrong with it. It's been kept covered. This one has the front electric drop down bed with a control right here. You can turn the key on, lower the front electric bed for additional sleeping capacity. Has a mattress built into it and storage cubbies up there for your pillows and blankets and so forth. Can all stow away up there. Additional, there's a light to light up the area as well. So this RV includes all the remote controls. They're in this, mostly in this Ziploc bag here. All the owner's manuals are present, but you can, one of the unique things about Thor, you can go on their website and you can download all the service information, all the manuals right from the website. It has a DVD player, Blu-ray player, DVD player right here. So HDMI cable, so you can feed that to the TVs in the RV. It has the attachments for the refrigerator, little ice trays and stuff like that. This has never been used. This is your spare parts collection. Even got a little extra light lens, a bag of spare parts for your motorhome. All included. This is a tire tool if you ever have to take the wheel covers off. We're scanning right now. It's found, what, 146 channels. It's scanning for the TV channels at this location. That's what you do when you get to a new campsite. You go in your little menu and you scan for channels, and the TVs will search for TV channels. If you want to watch TV in the RV at night or whatever when it's dark outside, in this compartment above the DVD player there's a little black button with a green LED. If that this is a rule for almost all RVs. If that little button is not pushed in with a light on, the TVs won't get any channels. This is a TV Rf Signal Amplifier. So when the TV transmitters are off on distant mountaintops, you turn on the amplifier and then the signal is boosted to the TV so you can pick up all the channels. That's how it works with an RV. There you go. Fresh scanned television, and with over-the-air broadcast you got what? Different channels like channel 2, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 4.1. These are digital over-the-air HD broadcasts right from the transmitters, and you can scan for them all over the country as you move around to different locations. The older RVs used to have those big boxy TVs like you're used to have at your house. It's really easy to scan for TVs. You just go to menu, point it at the TV, and then you go over to channel. Gotta point it at the TV receptor. These TVs are nice because they have signal strength indicators. Red, yellow, green, good. If you're not getting enough signal, you can go to your channel aimer and rotate the TV antenna a little bit, see if you can get a little bit better signal, or does it get worse? That got worse. I'm rotating the signal a little bit to see if I could get a little bit better, but there you go. Now it went to blue. Now we got the best possible signal. If you get a little bit better signal, then you can go in and rescan your channel, see if you get a few more. That's how you do it. You aiming the TV antenna from right there. If you don't want to do that, you can always get satellite TV. I recommend Dish Hopper if you're going to do RV satellite. This one has also got the upgraded TV in the bunks package. These are 2 TVs, 1 on each bunk. Now, this floor plan is very similar to the Hurricane, Windsport, Diesel, Palazzo, and the smaller C-Class, the Chateau or Four Winds. But the Ace has got the short length of the Four Winds or Chateau C-Class, but it's more stable, tighter turning A-Class motorhome. Now the bunks, unlike the Windsport or Hurricane, these are fixed bunks. They don't fold or turn into a closet or anything. But it's also $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 cheaper to buy one of these Ace versus the Hurricane, based on the latest price data I have. They stuck lights everywhere in here. You got reading lights, you got stereo speakers above the bed. You've got a Bluetooth stereo right here next to the bed headboard here. And you can connect your phone via Bluetooth to this, and then you can install the Jensen app. This one controls the inside speakers and the outside speakers. You can source it from the TVs, you can source it from the phone in your hand, your smartphone, and then stream music to the various speakers around the coach for interior enjoyment. The bedroom TV has storage behind or easy access to the connections if you want to connect video games or whatever, Chrome sticks, Chromecast, Amazon Fire Sticks, whatever you want to do. In the dash, on the test drive I'll take you on in a few minutes, has side view cameras and backup camera, and that even supports screen mirroring. If you connect your smartphone to the radio, it'll show your navigation maps and stuff on the screen. It's capable of that. There's cup holders all around. I mentioned this was a dream dinette. So this is a dream dinette. And what does that mean? On some motorhomes you have a leg that comes down here and holds up the end of the table. This one has a table elevator. I call it the table vader. It's like an elevator, but it holds up the table. If you release the locking tab and push straight down on the table, it goes down like an elevator, nice and flat. If you take the cushions out first, it fits into the little notches, and then you put that other cushion and this makes into a bed. When you're done sleeping, you just lift it up and then you lock this lever underneath into the notch, and that prevents the slider from allowing it to lower. Super easy to use these table vader elevators. That's why they call them a dream dinette. Now this is a Jackknife sofa, so let's show you how that works really quick. You lift it up, it turns into a bed that easy. Now you have a place to sleep. We're in full sleep configuration. Sleep there, sleep there, sleep up there. If you have little kids, possibly 2 could get cozy right here, and 2 more could get cozy right there. That means with little kids, you can sleep 8. If they're big kids or adults, you could sleep 6. That's your sleeping arrangement. So this one also has the day and night, the night shades, the pull down for privacy. A few windows have blackout curtains. Jack and Jill restroom, so you can go 2 alternate ways to the restroom. Locking shower, so the doors don't flap around. You got to release this, and then we actually put an upgraded Oxygenetics shower head in there for you. These are high pressure, low water flow, so they spray a lot of water without using a lot of water. It does that because it adds air to the water flow and gives a little bit of a Venturi action air blast of injected air to increase the air pressure in the water when it sprays out, yet not doing any more than 2 gallons per minute of water flow. The bathroom is clean. We've had the housekeeper go through it. You've got towel racks that have never been used. The door has towel racks. The toilet, you remember this thing had 2,000 miles on it. We tested it out, it works, and then it was clean. So privacy doors between the restroom and the bathroom, you can close these and lock that. This one we've adjusted so it's flush. If you look at different motorhomes, you may go into some where they stick out. We did the modification to make sure that this flushly closes correctly. And then you have privacy there to the bedroom as well. These lock in and stay so they don't slide back and forth when you're driving. There is storage under the bed. If I lift up the mattress, that's your solar charging controller right there. That controls the amount of charge from the solar. So we're looking at the solar charge controller in the ACE. Right now you can see the little display is going boop, 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 because it's putting charge in the battery. You need a flashlight to see it, the LCD screen, and it's charged to 13.3 volts. And it has a battery temperature sensor which you can connect. It's using predictive right now, but this is the Renogy charge controller. 350 watt charging capability. The batteries are almost full, so it's not doing much, but when you start draining your batteries, it can really crank up the charge to maintain your battery charge. I'm going to recap a few little knick-knacky things before I go back out. In case you're wondering what is this gizmo, this is another premium feature. It has the automatic generator start system. So if you enable it on to enable, then when the batteries get too low, it can automatically start the generator to recharge the batteries, and then when they're full enough, it'll turn itself back off. I believe that's how it works. It's auto. You can look it up on the manual. That was factory installed from the factory. It's called dash air conditioner. Now remember, I drove this from Boise, Idaho to Southern California. I bought it with 2,000 miles and I added some to it. So I drove it almost half the miles on the odometer, or at least more than a third of it. So that was just ferry miles. It's super clean. I'm lifting this up, looking under the seat. Super clean and mint condition in this motorhome, mostly unused. You're not going to be the first owner, but this is about as close as you can get with this one. This is one of the cleanest motorhomes I've had. Take a look underneath at the cargo compartments. All the cargo doors are side hinged, so they'll blow closed if you're driving and you forget to close one. That's brand new house batteries. That's your outside television up there. Your propane tank, it's a built-in propane tank, so you don't have to change bottles or anything. That's a storage compartment. All those compartments are lighted. They have LED lighting inside. That's your outside gas barbecue hookup, so you can quick connect the barbecue. Here's a example in the picture. Outside 110 volt outlets. Your valves to stem extenders to access your tire pressure. This is a cargo compartment, and there is a 3-inch foam mattress topper brand new installed in this motorhome. There's one of the lights. All the compartments are lighted. Those are your water tanks above. Outside stereo speakers, so you can listen to music outside. That's a quick fill, the water fill for your fresh water. Extra large cargo compartment, and that's your RV cover, so you can keep the RV covered when you're storing it, to keep the sun from damaging your RV. The previous owner bought that and used it. Rear fuel position, so center rear fuel, so you could fill from the rear, left or right side. Over here is your generator, the bigger, better, quieter 5500 watt Cummins Onan generator. This is a major upgrade. Most of these Thor ACEs do not have the bigger generator. It's very rare. So you have the 5500 is a vibration and sound insulated generator. This is your dumping station, outside shower, so you can rinse yourself off before you go in. Your black and gray pull handles to dump your waste tanks. And then your power connect. This is a rodent resistant anti-intrusion exterior connection point, so that critters cannot get in through the power cables to interfere with your coach. And that's your city water connection, your heater, and your water heater. Water heater is working and in great condition, not damaged in any way. It works perfectly. Then the blue tape marks where the electronics are, so the detailer wouldn't accidentally get them wet. And then your storage compartments with a pass-through. You could put a 6-foot folding table in this one. It goes all the way in. And your water hoses. Up here is additional cargo storage. Quite a bit of cargo storage on this floor plan configuration. Now let's look underneath. As we peek under the bottom dirty side of the motorhome, we're getting up to the front here. The engine is no leaks. Your radiator, engine oil pan, oil filter. Look at your tire tread, nice and thick. These tires are almost unused. There's about 2,000, 3,000 miles of wear on these tires total. There's your drive shaft, your catalytic converter, present and accounted for. Rear differential, no leaks. Tires, no leaks. And they have valve stem extenders, so you can check the pressure without any effort at all. The 80-gallon fuel tank to help you go long distances without fueling up. The bottom of the generator is running, and that's your exhaust out the back. In the back you have an 8,000 pound tow package, so you can tow trailers up to 8,000 pounds. And you have a 7-pin electrical connector and a 4-pin electrical connector built right into the motorhome. Easy to connect your trailers. The compartments are roto-molded plastic, so they'll never rust. Your leveling jacks, nice and straight. Mud flaps, rear tire tread, nice and thick. Super smooth riding Goodyear RV tires. Excellent condition, no cracks, no need to replace them in the next 4 or 5 years. They should be good to go. That's your automatic power step and a heat shield, exhaust heat shield to protect the cargo compartments. The bottom of the battery tray, there's no corrosion, no leaking batteries. Front tire tread, and your anti-sway stabilizer bars on the front and rear. Did you notice those? That's the front one. That's your radiator and transmission cooler, power steering cooler, air conditioning condenser. That's underneath the chassis inspection tour. Going to take a look at the roof. We of course have mentioned several times we have that 350 watt solar array up on the roof and dual air conditioner units. Very rare to find this Thor ACE with 2 ACs on the roof, and this has also got weatherproof vent covers. It has an extra vent cover so your bathroom vent can stay open without fear of rain, wind, or water damage coming in and causing a problem. You have a skylight over the restroom. From the factory had the front weatherproof vent cover, and you see that little round UFO spaceship looking thing is your digital TV antenna, and then the front is the radio antenna. Over the slide out you have a slide topper awning, so if you're parked under a tree, the squirrels and the birds will throw acorns at your RV, but you don't have to get a broom or anything and sweep it off. Or if you're in a snowstorm, that acts like a little conveyor belt, so when you put the slide in, whatever debris is on top, it just rolls off the side. So my name is Mike Johnson. Thank you for watching. Go to my website, mybestcar.com. By the way, the company name is A Buyer's Choice, but go to my website, see if this RV is still available, or if I have a similar RV available, something that looks interesting to you. Go to the website mybestcar.com. There's also RV parts catalog on there with over 1,000 pages of RV parts and accessories that you can browse through on the website. My name is Mike Johnson. If you have questions or you want to hold this RV so you can purchase it, give me a call, 951-681-2101. I accept calls between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. California time. Thank you for watching.